today we're starting a new unit. We're working on addition. I know you'll remember a lot about addition from last year. You'll just need a blank piece of paper or two with you today, and that's it. So first I want to start off, and I want you to tell me what addition is. What do you remember about addition? Okay. Yeah, addition is putting numbers together. Remember last year we said part plus part equals whole. Part plus part equals whole. So we're putting numbers together, adding them together, seeing how much they make all together. We learned about lots of different strategies last year, like using a picture, using counters, using your fingers, counting on. I'm trying to think if there's any that I'm missing. Using a number line. But we'll go over some of them this year, and we'll also learn some new ones, and we'll practice them in new and different ways. So the first thing that we're going to do is talk about using a picture and using a story problem to represent addition, just to make sure we have the idea of addition really solid in our brains. A lot of times last year when we wrote equations, we did one number plus another number, and then it equals a number in the end, right? So for instance, I could say I went to the grocery store and I bought 2 apples. Right? I went to the grocery store, I bought 2 apples, and I bought 5 carrots. Okay? 2 apples plus 5 carrots. Now, how would I figure out how many that equals all together? What would I do? Yeah, I could add those numbers together, right? So 1, 2, I could count all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I count all of those, and then I'll get the answer. 2 plus 5 equals 7. Okay? Now I'm going to give you one, and I want you to try and write the equation and draw the picture that goes with it. Okay, so this is about cookies. On Christmas, I ate 3 cookies. Let's go ahead and draw that. And Silas ate 5 cookies. So go ahead and draw that. And see if you can write an equation to go with it. I ate 3 cookies. Silas ate 5 cookies. How many cookies did we eat? I ate 3. Silas ate 5. How many did that equal? And I want you to remember, you can keep drawing, but I want you to remember in math when we do drawings, do we do simple drawings or do we do really complicated and detailed drawings? Simple ones, right? We try and make them as simple as we can because it's really about the numbers and figuring it out than it is about the drawing. Other times we add lots of detail to our drawings, but in math we do simple pictures. So if I were drawing the 3 cookies, I would just do 3 simple circles. 1, 2, 3. 3 cookies for me. How many for Silas? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 plus 5. And then how do we figure out how many that equals? Yeah, we can count all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Okay. Now I'm going to switch it up and make it a little bit more complicated because I know that we can do this. Now I want you to try adding 3 numbers together, okay? So let's make this a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I ate 3 cookies. Okay, I ate 3. Silas ate 5. And Dan had 4. So if you want to add another number, you just put another plus sign and add your next number. And you can do this as many times as you want. I could add other people on here. I could add my sister and my mom. I could keep going forever if I wanted to. But for now, I'll do I ate 3, Silas ate 5, and Dan ate 4. Now, how many does that equal? Okay, this would say 3 plus 5 plus 4 equals. So let's figure that out. How can we figure out how many that is? Yeah, we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 plus 5 plus 4 equals 12. Okay, so now let's get to what I want you to do today. I want you to take this blank paper, and I want you to come up with a story problem. And I want you to write an equation with it. Now, when you do your equation, I want you to have at least 3 parts. Remember, these are called addends. At least 3 addends. You could have more if you want. Like you could, you really could keep going if you want. You could do as many numbers as you want to add together. You could keep going and going and going. And then you figure out put your equal sign and figure out how many it equals. But I want you to do at least 3, okay? So you could say I had 2 apples plus 3 bananas plus 5 oranges. Or I went on a walk and I saw 2 deer and 3 squirrels and 1 raccoon. You could do any number of things, but I want you to have at least 3 parts to your story. And then I want you to write the equation that goes with it. And I want you to do that twice, at least. I want you to do it on the front of your paper, and I want you to do it on the back of your paper. So at least 2 stories for me, and each of your stories has to have at least 3 add-ins, so at least 3 parts that you're adding together. Okay? Part plus part plus part equals whole. Okay, so go ahead and work on that. I can't wait to see what you come up with and how creative you'll be with these stories. I'm sure they'll be great. Okay. See you later.